Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Gun Samurai Shimazu series. We have a couple of looter parties sitting over here, but first, let me go ahead and thank the channel members. Thank you to Tyler, Moses, Jared, Walter, and Mooncheese. And let me also say a special thanks to everyone who has been supporting this series and the Oda series and all my other series. Guys, the views, the likes, the comments have been absolutely amazing. I did change up the microphone settings just a little bit, so let me know if it's better or worse than the first Shimazu episode. But let's go ahead and roll right into this here. Chase down one of these looter parties. I was hoping to get both at the same time. It doesn't look like I'm gonna get both. Yeah, let's go find a larger party. That will be too easy of a fight for my lovely gunners as we move to progress to clan tier 1 here. Some Zoku bandits there. We'll leave those guys be. Let a smaller party take them on. Or an AI lord, rather. Oh, looks like we have an upgrade here in scouting. Day Traveler. I'd rather go for the Night Traveler perk this time. I feel like it's a like 5% is 5%, and if you're trying to move across the map very quickly, you're going to have to move at night at some points. Let me also show you all this. I did cheat in an Arquebus. This is the one of the best guns in the game. I think it's, if not the best gun in the game. It was just the first one that I saw that looked really, really cool. So yeah, I did cheat that in with just some regular ammunition. Now, the progression for this character will be, of course, mostly armor-based, but also through the ammunition, you can find some explosive ammunition, which is really, really cool, and some other different types of ammunition as well. We'll go and head up towards Shimazu lands up here and go and try to find a party to fight. One thing I did notice, since we are primarily composed of ranged units are not counted as heavily as infantry units are in this mod, or rather, I think it's probably closer to in the base game. So we actually gain significantly more renown for fighting looters than we did in the Oda series, as we had some elite infantry in that series. So the more ranged troops we get, the better our renown gain will be. I may even eventually go to a full ranged force. I think that would be really, really cool. Yeah, I can confirm though that everyone who is saying go to a gunsmith in whatever town was trolling. I have seen some people get gunsmiths or get weapons to spawn somehow. I'm not exactly sure how they are doing that, but I have yet to see it for my own eyes. So I am going to just use the cheated in weapon here. If I do eventually find guns are spawning, then I will let's see here. I'm going to tell them to hold fire as soon as they are done reloading here. Actually, I'm just going to let them fire. That'll be fine. We'll actually get our first shot of the series here. Oh yeah, that's perfect. This gun has a I think it might be the best gun in the game because it has a really, really high projectile speed and a very high pierce. So you can basically just one-shot anyone, but it does have a very, very long reload. There we go. Senjito getting his first shots here, gaining some points and guns. And we will go ahead and have the infantry charge and clean these boys up. And maybe I can get one more kill with the gun. Let's see here. Yes, we are going to be able to get one more kill there. Very nice. And of course, we will be more accurate as the we'll become more accurate as the series goes on here. There we go. This guy is going to be running, but I don't think he's going to be able to get away from me. I'm going to tell the infantry to hold here, as I want the gun troops to finish these guys off, if not myself here. Let's see if I can finish him off. All right. Oh, we missed. Okay, so you can see we are not the best gunner by any means here. But we are getting some more. I might fuck around with the Ozutsu as well. Those guys might be kind of cool to have. But for now, we're going to go for the skilled Sakai gunners here. And the Yari gunners as well. Some Sakai Jin Samurai there. Upgrading. Basically, all the melee troops in our force are guys who are just waiting to upgrade into Gun Samurai. Oh, knocked some stuff over there on my desk. Yeah, like I said before, though, let me know down in the comments and in the Discord if you guys like these mic settings or if you prefer the old ones, because I feel like it makes the voice a bit warmer. You may not be able to actually tell because it is such a small adjustment, but if you can notice and if you like it, let me know. All right, let's go find another looter party to fight. We're about halfway to Clan Tier 1. I'd like to hit Clan Tier 1 in today's episode if all possible. I think we could probably start taking on like parties of 30 plus now. Maybe 35 would probably be the max for us in our current state. But we should be gaining a ton of... let me actually stop off in this town here and get some food. We're just going to buy a little bit of food and sell off. We'll keep all the food items now that we are actually sure that we can maintain this amount of money. Yeah, I have looked through most of the town's inventories around here, and I have not seen any of the guns. So I do think it is a bit of propaganda on some people's part saying that you can actually find them. I think it's a bunch of bullshit personally, but if you are finding them, good for you. Good for you. Let's see here. Let's get some more fish, seaweed, and crab and stuff. And we also need to get a few Sumter horses, I would say. Kind of at that point, we can't have anybody else in our party. That is okay though. I feel like this is a nice change up from the other series because it mostly focuses on the modern side, the modern technology side of this mod. Ooh, Hanjo Rebellion and the other stuff there. Ooh, Manhunters may be a bit of a challenge for us to take on, especially 30 of them. I think that will be a that will be quite a challenge indeed. Okay, they are going to move in for us here. It's going to be 28 versus 30. This is going to be our first tough fight of the series, I think. Although with the Sakai marksman, I would highly doubt that these guys will beat us. All right, we got a forest map. That's not necessarily what I would call the best map for us. We're going to back all the way up to this little hill here. I think we'll do that, and then we'll move the infantry just behind this tree. And then we will ready up here, boys. I do have a shot loaded. I don't see any of them yet. They are pretty far away. I might actually use the F10 camera mod to speed this up just for a second, and I'll slow it down. All right. Let's see these guys coming in here. They're at about 250. I may move forward a bit so that I can maybe get eyes on these guys and start shooting at them. Okay, now I see them. All right, we will start opening fire here. We have a lovely amount of ammunition, 40 rounds. Let's see if we can take these guys down. And if I do find another weapon, another gun in the loot pool somewhere, then I will definitely take that one because I feel like this one may be a bit OP, but this one looked the coolest, man. I'm sorry. Very Fall of the Samurai, you know, or the last samurai looking. We're still not getting any hits here. Yeah, we're gonna have to start getting some hits though. I'll tell you what, they have quite a few ranged troops moving in on us here. All right, let's go for this big blob here. Okay, we're finally getting some kills there. Nice. All right, so finally reloaded there. We got our first kill of the battle. Let's go and fall back to our lines here. Oh, we got a guy sniped out there. All right. Come on, boys. Reload, and fire. They are closing down the distance quite quickly here. We're trading pretty effectively. Oh, I'm taking another hit there. Need to finish this reload. Come on, finish your reload here, Tendido. I definitely need to work on reload speed here, for sure, as it takes quite a long time to reload. Okay, we snapped off a shot there. All right, let's charge the infantry, and I'm gonna go in with them. We are losing too many ranged troops here. We don't have enough guns to make up for the difference here. We're gonna have to let the infantry clean this one up here. All right, these are samurai hunters, so I would not be surprised if they are pretty tough customers, as we are samurai, of course. And samurai hunters should be able to kill samurai, so there we go. We killed one more there, and that last one is running, but he is not going to get far with our Sakai guns on the horizon, taking those boys down. We will pick up a few Yari Ashigaru here in order to augment the formation. We'll definitely take those prisoners. I'm gonna go for a Katana Ashigaru there, and then skilled Sakai. Ooh, I think we have some Sakai marksmen now. Yes, we do. Oh, lovely. Very nice indeed. Some more Jin Samurai upgrading there. I was told that the samurai hunters were the place to find the guns at, and I'm not seeing any here. So maybe it's bullshit, maybe it's not. We'll have to just keep continuing on here. I am glad. I should have cheated the gun in the first episode because I was pretty sure that was not the case, that they actually were in the loot pool. All right, 25% faster aiming and plus 10% starting battle morale to ranged troops, or do we do guns ignore 20% of armor and minus recruitment cost of ranged troops? Most of our Jin Samurai start as melee, so I think the starting battle morale will be a bit more important here. Weapon handling, or do we do combat move speed? I think weapon handling while on foot would be better because we are all on foot here, of course. We are over encumbered here, but we can easily solve that problem by heading to a town here. The samurai hunters are a really good way to level up your skills and stuff like that, and your party's troops, because they are tough. They are tough opponents, of course, but they're not so tough that you're going to just get stomped every time you face them. I mean, they are definitely tough customers though, so you might want to be quite careful with how you attack them. Let's head up back to this larger town. I don't think we can take on 48, but I definitely know we can take on 24. That is a sure thing. We just got to be able to catch these guys, man. They're running from us. We are quite slow because we are overburdened. Is there a way that I can drop anything that is really heavy? Weight 10, yeah. Let's drop that stuff. Let's drop the clay is very heavy as well. And raw silk is also very heavy. Iron there. The dye is really heavy as well. Let's sort by value. Let's go by like lowest value and highest weight. Oil, okay. And then tools are kind of expensive as well. Cotton cloth is worth 500 there. You know what? I'm actually just gonna hang on to this, and we'll tough it out and head over to this large town here. We need to pick up some more horses for sure. I'm gonna hover over that pause button just in case we get ambushed. There we go. Once we make it back onto the road, we are generally okay. Let's sort by the food items here. We don't want to sell any of the food items anymore. I'm gonna hang on to that stuff. The sake, the chestnuts, all that good junk right there. Let's get rid of all that stuff as well. We are still over our capacity somehow. I think it's just because we've lost a few troops. But now we have 4 Sumter horses, and we have remedied that problem right there. Let's go and check out and see what kind of weapons they have here and what kind of armor they have, as well, as we are going to have a bit of a surplus here. Zotsu ammunition. That has 300 pierce. I don't think we can use that in our gun though, so I mean, we probably could, but it'd be very OP, and I don't want to break the game right off the rip here. But one thing I did think about is, since we are going to be mostly using, okay, no, if we have one of those that takes up a shield slot, okay, yeah, we can't use a banner. We need that ammunition and that sword, of course. It's an interesting hat, but I think we'll hang on to what we have for now. Tailored monk vest instead of this very large cape there. I like that look better. That looks good. The Osode there as well. We may end up picking up some Portuguese mercenaries as they are quite powerful indeed. Ooh, I kind of like the look of that. That looks pretty sick. Yeah, I really like the look of that. I know it's worse armor overall, but I'm going to I'm gonna do it anyways. I don't care. And these look quite cool indeed as well. But I think we'll stick to the to that armor there. We may actually go to a lordly mail cote there. That looks a bit better. Yeah, I guess we'll do that. We're still gonna get 1352, so I'm not too worried about it. Excuse me. How does this look? The blue. Okay, yeah, it just pretty much gets taken over by the armor, unfortunately. So we'll hang on to what we have there. And yeah, I mean, I really like these helmets though. These helmets look very cool, and I feel like that's very like samurai gunner-esque, but we'll stick with our lovely helmet there. All right, and we'll get rid of this cape as well. We're gonna get 1400 there, and we can now have 31 troops. So I would like to get some more of the Jin Samurai, of course. We'll see if we can find any of those guys. Actually, they're kind of tough to find sometimes. I'm not exactly sure which towns they spawn in, but apparently they spawn in this town. So we'll go and take those two. Now we're back up to max party capacity here. I need to sell off the prisoners. Actually, I'm probably not going to be fighting in many tournaments as I feel like we would get absolutely stomped. Yeah, Yumi Ashigaru there. I will be on the lookout for the Portuguese mercenaries. Those guys are going to be a really cool aspect of this mod. I think it will be a lot of fun to find those guys. Ooh, some manhunters there. 18 of them though. I would like to find a little bit larger. Okay, if he stops chasing them, then I'll go after them. Yeah, we don't want to fight a party like that with another lord, because it just sways the balance of power too far in our favor. And of course, having an advantage is always nice, but when it comes to stuff like that, it kind of breaks the balance a bit there. All right, and we of course are with the ranged troops here. Let's go ahead and line these guys up like so, behind in 2 ranks there, and we'll ready up here. And this guy's gonna step out of formation for some reason. I don't know why they do that every single time. These guys are actually really close, so we want to get our shots off pretty much immediately. Okay, so you have to aim higher with that. Come on, Ghost, aim higher, buddy. And they are gonna actually shift their line properly here. Thank you. I need to finish my reload here. Okay, there we go. Got my gun reloaded. All right, let's shoot the closest one. Okay, so that has a minimal drop. It's not too bad, but it is drop, so we need to compensate for that definitely. Oh, we lost 2 there. Those guns on those samurai hunters are no joke, man. That's why they are called the samurai hunters, because they have those guns. Oh, I shot just over his head. All right, let's charge the Ashigaru here. Send in our cannon fodder to allow our ranged troops to continue to survive here. Maybe fighting these samurai hunters is not the best idea at this stage. All right, so we are almost reloaded here. You can take a shot at that guy there. We'll shoot this guy. Okay, well, we're gonna miss. Let's go in with our sword here. Not gonna be getting much done, as our Ashigaru should be cleaning them up quite nicely. There we go. Maybe not, actually. Our Jin Samurai also losing a couple of those guys, but we're gonna get some nice upgrades there. Definitely need to get more of the I'm gonna actually grab that caravan master. They're kind of cool. They will lead my melee troops into battle. But the let's kind of organize this a little bit. Okay, so Jin Samurai go there. But you're about to be Yumi, so it doesn't really matter. I don't think the Yari Ashigaru can upgrade. Yeah, they can't. So we'll go like Katana Yari there. And then we'll wait to upgrade that guy. We do have some Sakai marksmen here. Let's organize the ranged troops here. So you go there, and then you go there, and you go there. And then you can just be down here by yourself. And then katanas can go up to these guys here. Perfect. Awesome. Got some organizational stuff done there. I do like to keep my parties fairly well organized. Again, no guns in the samurai hunters there. And we are losing a lot of capacity because we're losing a lot of troops on those fights. Let's go ahead and see if we can regain some troops here for the carry weight and stuff. Looks like there's none here though. But we know that we can find the Jin Samurai over here. Maybe fighting looters, regular looters, until we have enough guns to take on those samurai hunters would be a good idea. We could grab the Ashigaru gunners. Let's go ahead and do that. So for this point in the series, and then I think we should transition to getting the Sakai gunners. We can always transition to that with the Jin Samurai there. Oh, he just grabbed 6 recruits out of there. Yep, he grabbed all the fucking fresh ones, dude. God damn it. I hate when the AI does that. It makes me so mad. All right, we have an upgrade here in medicine, and I would say recover points after a battle would be a good idea. We definitely need to get some ranged companions, though. I think that would be a very, very good idea. There's none here, unfortunately. It's okay, though. And there's no troops here as well. Let's head back to this town. I need to find out which towns have them. It seems to be kind of random, to be honest with you. Yeah, it does seem to be a bit random. Let's head back towards Uche here. I know we can get them in Uche, so we'll head down that way and we'll hit up all these towns along the way and see if we can pick up more Jin Samurai. Or I guess Yari gunners as well would be not too bad. Gained another level there. Let's go ahead and put that into guns as well. We need to get those gun skills up so that we can start buffing our troops very effectively here. Skilled Ashigaru gunner, I guess I will take. We may have to start out with those Ashigaru gunners just because it is we have a smaller party size and it's hard to find the Jin Samurai. I'm not sure because it seems like they change the spawns like every day, so it's kind of weird. We'll head down to this town. Maybe nobody's checked this one yet. Nope, looks like they have. And see, it looks like some of them on certain days don't spawn the Jin Samurai at all. Cannot wait to get our first siege defense here with some gun troops. That would be really, really cool. There we go. We could probably take on this party of 33 once we hit up this other town for recruitment here. Yeah, we could definitely take these guys on. We have a lot of gunners now, since I did pick up the Yari gunners. Again, if you want to get these mods working with Shokuho, all you have to do is start up a save on base Shokuho, play a few days, maybe do a couple battles, and then you can load your mods in for the next time you play. It seems like it's kind of dependent on just like the initial load. That's from what I've seen so far. That's how it works. We'll actually back up here just a little bit to these. Okay, there's a nice open space here for our troops to form up in here. Let's do 2 ranks, I think, will be the most effective. We'll move them up here into this gap. Some guys will be blocked by the trees, but that's okay. All right, and then we will ready up here. And I don't know why they do this. This is the most frustrating thing in the world. As soon as the battle starts, they kind of fucking move around for basically no reason. All right, we'll pop back in here and we'll see how far away these guys are. Yeah, moving back was probably a correct decision here. And they should start moving into their actual spots here. We need to start our reload though. And of course in the Otis series, I'll continue to use gun troops sporadically, but it will mostly be bows. Okay, that was too high, so I need to aim a bit lower. We're getting quite a few kills with the guns. As they get really close here, they tend to do quite well with their firearms. We'll send in the infantry right now, just to stall them and stop them from throwing rocks at my my lovely gun troops. Dropped one there. Let's go into melee here. Let's see what we can get done. These, of course, are still samurai, and we are still a samurai. We are not just a soldier with a matchlock. 4 upgrades there. Nice. Very good. Skilled gunners there. Very nice. And some more Sakai gunners here. Very nice indeed. And we'll move those guys there. What's the difference with... Okay, so Teppu Ashigaru are not what we want. We want to get rid of Teppu Ashigaru. Okay. Because those guys max out at tier 2 and they're kind of shit, to be honest with you. That's okay. We're gaining massive amounts of points in leadership and in stewardship as well. Very, very nice. +2 to experience to all troops in party. Yeah, that is really good. All right, and we will head... Let's see, where do we want to go? Let's go see what's going on with this defense over here. We may jump in and try to break into this siege if it's possible for us to win it. 761 versus 290. That may be a bit steep for us to jump in on. I don't think, yeah, we can't get involved as we are not affiliated with any of the clans. We are going to have to help out the Shimazu, bringing in, of course, the modern technology. Ooh, that is a big fucking bandit party. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's make Billy big steps in the other direction there. Let's go see if we can find a more reasonably sized party. 38 looters would be absolutely perfect for us, and hopefully we can fight them on an open battlefield here. All right. Looks like we did get an open battlefield. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee here while we load. By the way, when you open the game, I would recommend compiling shaders first. It is pretty darn good. Okay, their deploy zone is pretty far away. That's also nice. I think if you set them in 3 lines, oh, this is gonna get annoying really fast. If you set them in 3 lines, they're not gonna do as well as 2, because 2 has staggered formations as well as the kneel by fire. You can see the front rank is kneeling here. And they should start to open fire very soon on these guys. Oh, we got a hit there. Nice. Improving our gun skill by 2 points there. It kind of looks like they're just going to do whatever the fuck they want, though, in terms of deploying. We should get quite a few kills here. And once we have a large amount of these guys, it's going to look super, super cool. All right, finish reloading. I think the arquebus actually takes a lot longer to reload. Okay, looks like I'm doing another reload again for some reason. All right, let's send in the infantry. As soon as they start throwing their rocks, send in the infantry pretty much. That is going to be the strat here. We should be able to get one more shot off there, and I'm going to go get involved in the melee combat here. I know I am a gun samurai, but notice the second word there, samurai. Legendary swordsman. Should be able to carve these guys up quite nicely. It looks like they're actually running into us, which is pretty helpful for us. And the last of these shots here should finish off those troops. Yep, 7 upgrades, 3 renown. Getting 3 renown per battle is really, really nice. All right, we're gonna go for Sakai Yumi there, of course, and then continue to upgrade these guys to the Sakai marksman, and also upgrading the regular Ashigaru marksman will be quite useful for us as well. We need to stop off in a town and bank our gear here, bank our loot, if you will. Let's continue making our way over here. We'll see if we can get some more Jin Samurai, as we are still in Sakai territory. We'll take the regular gunners for now. We'll go to the tavern district, ransom those guys, and then we will get rid of all of this stuff except for the food. We want to keep the food now. Soy sauce. Oh yeah, 463 for soy sauce. That's crazy, man. Crazy expensive. All right, we need to buy some more sumpter horses in order to not be over our weight limit here. Let's just buy all of these horses. They're pretty cheap, 10 of them there. That gets us up to 2,000 capacity. And then let's see if there's any of the guns in here. Oh, okay. Here we go. Samurai Zutsu and Taneshigami. This one has a higher missile speed, so maybe it'll have a better range. So I'll actually go ahead and swap that out there for our arquebus. I feel like the yeah, the arquebus is just worse. So maybe I did not give myself one of the best guns. The Taneshigami is slightly better with in terms of, let's see here. Yeah, it's slightly better in terms of accuracy, but I imagine it'll have a slower reload, a much slower reload. Zutsu. Oh, large bag of Teppo ammunition. There we go. We'll take that as well. We're going to end up paying $872 for the privilege. That is okay, though. And we can have one more of those guys as well. And of course, once we, like, the larger our party grows, the better we will get, because we will have more guns firing, more guys reloading, and just overall more bullets flying on the battlefield. I hope you all are enjoying this nice little change up to the regular Shokuho content. I will, of course, be continuing that series as normal. You guys know that service has technically resumed as normal, but I forgot to upload the Shimazu video at 12, and I uploaded at 6 a.m. on accident, so whoopsies. Sorry about that. But yes, normal service has resumed. Videos every day at 12 p.m. in the afternoon, Central Standard Time. All right, so let's see what is going on over here. There's a hideout here, but there's no real bandits around it, and we want to generally avoid the samurai manhunters as a whole. We'll go for these pirates here. I think that'll be a much better idea for us. Ooh, 37 looters I will take. 37 is a good fight for us. All right, so I'm going to move these guys back here. They shouldn't. Okay, yeah, they didn't move this time. Perfect. These guys are rather close, though. We'll try out our brand new gun here. So they do actually spawn in the loot pool. That's weird. Oh, okay, that did not go where I aimed it, but that's probably because my gun skill is super low. We're going to need these guys to get a lot of kills. Let's actually go ahead and charge the infantry in order to stall them here early, so we can keep them at a nice distance for our samurai to pick them off with their lovely guns. Oh, yeah, so that bullet kind of just went off into fucking Neverland. They're actually doing quite well in the melee fight. They're holding their own. That is good. Let's reload one last shot here. And then looks like our ranged units are going in, huh? I guess we'll go in with them. Chasing them down there. That should be the end of the fight there. Yeah, and it looks like it is going to be. I guess we can take a shot here if we can get this thing reloaded quick enough. We'll see here. Try to snipe this guy at max range. Try not to shoot our own guys. We're gonna have to go for that second guy going over the hill here. Just made it past us, I think. Yeah, that's not gonna go anywhere. We have a higher chance of hitting our own man there than actually hitting anything worth hitting. We're gonna go for the Teppo there, of course. Did lose a few of the infantry troops. We'll have to replace those guys. Oh, it's nice to have that party capacity now, though. I'll tell you what. Let's go for this other party of looters as well, since they are right here. Might as well. We should be... Yeah, we need to keep dumping points into guns, because the slow fire rate is going to mean that it is pretty hard to... pretty hard to upgrade that skill. All right, let's go here, boys. So I guess they do spawn in towns. I guess I was full of shit. Maybe they only spawn in towns once you're using one. I think that may be a thing. Who knows? Let's get these guys into the open a bit more. We only have 5 infantry remaining, though. Take a long-range shot here. Speculative shot. Oh, we're actually going to get a hit off of that, and that's going to get us a point. Nice. Let's spread these guys out actually into one long line. Tell them to hold fire here and get them to spread out into a line. And then once these guys are in range, I will have them open fire. We get my musket reloaded as well. And we'll actually get a nice tactical cam view of this here. This will be a cool look here. All right, open fire, boys. Let's see how this goes. Oh, yeah. Absolute destruction. All right, infantry engage. Looks like Senjito here is going to be taking a shot. See if he gets anybody. Okay, looks like the guy he was going after died. All right, we did fire. We did miss, though. Usual. All right, we have routed them. They are scared of our boom boom here. Very nice. Another 6 upgrades there. That may be clan tier 1. I'm not exactly sure. I will take a Sakai Caravan Master and some veteran Ashigaru. That makes it a little bit easier for us. Instead of having to train up a shit tier infantry force, it makes it a bit easier. We'll take those looters though. All right, let's go dump off all of these lovely goods that we have acquired. And I think that's clan tier 1. Yes, that is clan tier 1. Now we have a much larger party that we are going to fill up with gunners. Let's take the Yari Ashigaru as well. We are going to need some infantry for sure. Let's sell off all of our goods here after we check and make sure none of the food items are going to go. Yes, perfect. And the horses are staying here as well for us. That's going to get us 2,000 right there. Let's see if they are still spawning guns here. Okay, so they are spawning guns here now. That is really good. The Arquebus is worth 25k, so I guess I maybe did have the best one. This one seems to have a much faster fire rate here. Wow. Yeah, quite a bit faster. That's okay though. We can always get a new gun at some point. I'm actually really glad that it started spawning them after I cheated in one gun. So maybe that's the fix. You just need to cheat yourself in one gun and then it fixes itself. Look at that. Let's hit up all these towns and let's actually try to find some Jin Samurai. We'll do a bit of recruiting here. I really don't want to take too many of the Yari gunners. The Jin Samurai are going to be our best bet to turn into the Sakai marksmen. They are... Oh, yeah, there we go. We needed that there. Perfect. Yeah, let's only pick up the Jin Samurai for right now. Ooh, okay. Okay, we did have a crash here. That's okay, though. I think... Did it actually crash? Yes, it did actually crash. I'll see you guys in just a second here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we only lost about 2 minutes of progress there, so I'm just gonna roll it right back into where we were. Let's try to remember what... Did I actually go and sell that stuff here? Let me see. Okay, no, I didn't sell that stuff. It's okay. We're gonna be picking up some more troops, so it shouldn't slow us down at all. But we will continue to recruit the Jin Samurai here. Build up the army. Yeah, sometimes it just sometimes the game just crashes randomly. Of course, I am not only using the Shokuho mod. If you only use the Shokuho mod, the game is relatively stable, I will say. If you start using some other mods like the RTS camera, I do that purely for filming purposes. And I also use adjustable bandits because that's one of my favorite mods in the game. But yeah, if you don't use all the extra mods and stuff, it will not crash nearly as frequently, from what I have seen at least. Let's see, do they have guns here as well? Okay, they don't have any guns here. Okay, interesting. All right, so maybe it is random. Weird. I think you have to get a gun first though to get them to spawn in. At least that's what I have understood up to this point. Let's try to find some more Jin Samurai here before we close out the episode. This series will be coming out like once a week, I think. Just because I have so many other series running on the channel. that need to get finished first before I commit to doing this series a lot more. All right, let's put a point into guns there, and then we'll also drop a point into control. Actually, wait, no. Let me yeah, drop a point into guns, and then we'll put one into social. There we go. We need to stack up the stewardship and leadership skills. I mean, we're up at 200 right now. If we get these both up to like 8 or 9 or something like that, I think we'll be in really, really good shape. We're gonna check like every town around here. Okay, it looks like Jin Samurai do spawn there. We'll learn which towns, eventually we'll learn which towns spawn the Jin Samurai more frequently. Kawakami here, we'll check that one. Other than that, it seems to be fairly random in which towns do actually spawn them. Yeah, there's nothing here, wow. We'll wait here for this, for the gold change. Let's check now. There we go. Okay. Yeah, see, look, it's changed from day to day. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Head over here to, how is that said? Tajiri. Tajiri. All right, we'll pick up another Yari gunner there. Now I really just want to focus on getting the Jin Samurai, because we have a good amount of the Yari gunners to like pad out the gun line, you know? We really, really need to get those Sakai marksmen, though, through the Jin Samurai. If anyone knows a quicker way of recruiting them and which towns they actually spawn in, because to me it seems like it changes day by day, whatever town they spawn in. Yeah, that would be a big piece of helpful information for Old Ghost here. If you could tell me which towns they do tend to spawn in more frequently. No Jin Samurai here, okay. That's interesting. All right, we'll head back up the peninsula here. I would have thought the Shimazu would have had a lot more of those guys spawning, but maybe we need to go to more of the melee focused factions. Let's head up to let's head up to like Kidani or Kumaoto. It's not how you say that at all, but close enough. Close enough for government work, as I always say. Just gonna DD Mao on over here. I love that the roads give you a speed boost. I don't know why that was not included in the base game. I mean, I feel like that's just such an oversight on Tailworld's part. Someone asked me also what I thought of the delay for the DLC. I did post a video on that. It's I think it's like PSI was, or it was War Sales delayed. PSI was right. I did make 2 videos on the whole War Sales debacle, and as you might have been able to tell from those videos, I was very, very disappointed in how everything was being handled around War Sales. I think it's just a bunch of laziness and fear that mods will actually be better than the base game DLC. 20% siege. I would say wages in castles is probably better overall for a large kingdom. We'll continue heading this way there. Oh, there's 26 manhunters. Kind of want to avoid those guys. They do give really good loot, but also they kill off your troops with the guns. So you do have to be a bit careful. Yeah, see, there's Jin Samurai spawning here, but none for us to actually recruit, which is kind of unfortunate. One of those towns back there was actually raided. Okay, there we go. Finally, after like 5 minutes, we found one. Holy shit. They're like fucking unicorns, man. I swear. Oh, of course. And now we start finding them all over the place. That's just my luck here. Of course, as the series goes on, I'll do some of this stuff off camera, but I do like to show everybody how the experience is. Ooh, 5 right there, man. Okay, I might want to stay here. I may want to stay here. This is a good recruiting spot, I think. He's going to take all those recruits there, unfortunately. I hate when the AI just beats you to a town. Ooh, 52 looters. That might be an interesting fight for us. I think I will fight that. Let me get one more recruitment wave of these guys, and then we'll fight that. All right, we'll wait here for some time. An enemy or a fellow lord may actually go after those guys. You gotta wait just slightly after the gold change noise, and then it spawns them here. Come on. Where's that? It seems a little inconsistent, too. It's probably just a problem with scripts or something like that. Oh, still no troops there. Weird. Yeah, still nothing. Oh, now let's check. No, still not there. Weird. Maybe they don't get refreshments of troops every day. Okay, there we go. Finally. And we only got one. Shit. All right, let's go engage this party of 52 looters. Okay, well, that's not what I meant to do. We are spending 345 a day on troops here. That is going to get expensive, of course, but once we are a mercenary, we can balance out that much better, and I think we'll have a lot more gun troops this time. I think I did end up recruiting quite a few. All right, yeah, we have 33 ranged troops here. Holy shit. This is gonna be some last samurai style battles here for sure. I'm gonna spread them out like that, and then let's bring the infantry behind here close. And we'll let these guys fire at will here. I'm actually going to turn off the banners here for a moment. Yeah, banner opacity. This should be a really, really epic fight. Here they are coming down the mountain. Oh, he sniped one. That's going to be 4 points in gun skill and 3 points in athletics. And we'll watch these guys open up on these looters, closing the distance here. On our second rank should be opening up pretty soon here. We're going to take down another one there. Oh, yeah, we're doing it quite well. All right, let's go and charge the infantry, as a lot of those guys need to get upgraded. A lot of the Jin Samurai there. It's mostly Jin Samurai. They're lovely banners there. This was cool, though, man. This is a really cool battlefield. And some people are like, Ghost, don't show night battles. But how can I show off how awesome the fucking gun units are without showing night battles, man? All right. Very good. We have routed those looters, those rebel rousers. We only got 6 upgrades, though. That's okay. Not too bad. We'll go and finish upgrading these boys here. And like I said, the more guns and the more upgrades we get, the quicker these fights will be over, because bullets are deadly in this mod. They, of course, they reload very, very slowly, but they are incredibly deadly. We'll head up here and hit up a few recruiting places, and then we will end the episode here. We'll take the Yari Gunners for now. I guess we could slowly replace them with Jin Samurai. Please go that way. Sometimes they get a little bit confused on the roads. It's not too big of a deal, though. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be the end of the second episode of the Shimazu Gun Samurai series. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me go and say a special thanks to the channel members. Thank you to Tyler, Moses, Jared, Walter, and Mooncheese. And of course, in this series, much like all my other series, I will be fulfilling some of the channel member benefits. Of course, you can't do the player settlements because it does not work. It kind of just borks the whole mod up. But I can rename companions. I did find a way to do that, even with the UI issues. So I did circumnavigate, or not circumnavigate, but circumvent that issue. But yes, thank you all so much for all the support in the Oda series, and of course this series as well. This series is going to be coming out at 12 o'clock in the afternoon every single Sunday, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out.